Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Amedio602, and today we're going to talk about what little we know about Call of Duty in 2020. Earlier this week, we found out that on August 26th, we can expect to have a worldwide reveal trailer, and we've already seen a little bit of a teaser trailer. All it really says is know your history.
I accidentally hit Q and it activated my dead silence, but I feel like it did something else.
So there's going to be some sort of a historical theme here. That's great for anyone who's really into historical fiction. I think that could be pretty cool because it does add just a little bit to the authenticity of gameplay. As far as the location of the reveal, it says that it is Verdansk, so we can expect some sort of in-game event in Warzone. Hopefully this is going to be an event that's open to everyone and not just the select Call of Duty VIPs that a lot of these things have been geared toward, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. Some people are speculating that the entire map might get nuked or that the whole thing is going to change for COD 2020. I think that's highly unlikely since Season 5 just launched. Rather than that, what I expect to see is a campaign trailer and maybe just a glimpse of multiplayer or battle royale. There's also a good chance of seeing some zombies action, but I would put that lowest on the totem pole just because that usually is the last thing before the release. Speaking of the release, if we're really lucky, we might even get a release date, and I'm really hoping that it's going to be October or November of this year. With everything going on in the world today, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that's not the case. I think there's also a pretty good possibility that we will see Call of Duty 2020, the retail version, which contains multiplayer, campaign, and zombies in 2020, and we might not see a Cold War Battle Royale until later on in 2020, or maybe even 2021. But again, all that's just speculation on my part, and in just a few very short days, we should have all the answers. So now I'd like to switch gears a little bit and put together my Call of Duty 2020 wish list. This is the list of things that I think is really important to make Cold War a success. Kicking it right off, the first thing on this list is I think that we need to keep the maps free. In Call of Duty games before Call of Duty Modern Warfare, there were different map packs that you had to buy, and that really split up the player base, it hurt connections, and if you weren't on whichever platform got the maps first, you always kind of felt left out for a month or so. With Modern Warfare, they didn't do any of that. Everyone got all the maps for free at the same time, and I think that was great. I think that going forward, we should keep that model. But what we need to get rid of is the skill-based matchmaking, or at least display this player's skill rank in the lobby or in the gameplay somewhere. Now, of course, people are going to misinterpret this, misconstrue this, whatever you want to say, and they're going to say, oh, Amedio doesn't want to play anyone his own level. That's not the case at all. I don't mind playing with people my own level sometimes, but when every single game is just a sweat fest using only the most meta weapons and equipment, it just kind of gets boring and stale. So I really see two good solutions to this. The first is just separate the playlists, have a casual playlist where the ELO isn't taken into account, and have a ranked playlist where it is. The second option, like I said, is if you want to have this thick skill-based matchmaking, put some sort of an indication on the player's screen. That way, when you're watching these YouTube gameplay channels, you can tell just how much they reverse boosted to get that gameplay. The next thing on my list is a little bit controversial, and I've got a good reason for it. It's a pretty selfish reason, but it's my reason, and that is I want to keep crossplay. Crossplay is another one of those things that was added for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and at this point, so many games are supporting crossplay that it's going to be really hard to imagine Call of Duty taking a step backward. When I was playing on the PS4, I really hated playing against the PC master race, and this is the selfish part, and feel free to leave a dislike for the video if you feel like you have to do that. But I went ahead and I switched over to PC. There's going to be a whole series of videos about my switch over to PC, so be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, if you're interested in my journey from PS4 to PC. So that's my entirely selfish reason for keeping crossplay enabled, but the key in order to do that is you need to fix all the cheating. There are wall hacks, there are aimbots, there are all sorts of hacks out there that people can get for Call of Duty, and a lot of people are using those in Warzone. If Activision can't get this under control in Call of Duty 2020, then people just aren't going to play the game. They're going to quit, they're going to go play Fall Guys or I don't know, something else. If there's one thing that kills a game faster than anything, it's not having fun. But one thing everyone likes to see is they want to see more content, and I'd recommend that Activision keep the Battle Pass, seasons, and new weapons and all that just the same as they're doing in Modern Warfare. They're doing a great job. If anything, you could shorten those seasons just a little bit. You can opt in and you can get all the extra cosmetics and COD points if you want, or if you stay opted out and you don't buy the season pass, then you still get new weapons that are available to you, and I think that's fantastic. Even for players that missed the season, there is a challenge to unlock the new weapons, and I think that's perfect. Don't change the system, don't go back to loot boxes, don't go back to any of that other stuff that we've done in the past. One thing that I'm really hoping is going to be in the past once Call of Duty 2020 comes out is no more doors. I am sick and tired of all these doors on all the maps. I've never been a fan, and if doors never come back, then I'm fine with that. At a minimum, they should at least have fewer doors. You shouldn't have 20 doors on every single map that just make all sorts of noise, and it's just not fun. It gives too many people safe spaces, and that's another thing that needs to change, folks, is the maps in Modern Warfare. Sure, there are a few here and there that are okay, but we need to go back, in general, to expecting 3-lane maps, and with Treyarch and Sledgehammer at the helm, that's what I'm expecting to see. Lots of 3-lane maps with predictable spawns. One of the higher level Call of Duty skills that you can work on is knowing how to predict the spawns, and with the maps in Modern Warfare, there are just random bad spawns all over the place. There's no real good way to predict them, you're always getting shot in the back. I'm not a fan. So yeah, let's work on those spawns, let's make good predictable spawns, especially in your objective game modes like Domination. And another thing that needs to be spot on right away is the streaks. In the Cold War, they had to have had a VSAT, right? I mean, come on, somebody's got to have an orbital VSAT in the Cold War, otherwise it's just not going to be fun. The best streak of all time from Black Ops 2, and they just didn't bring it back last year. I want to see regular UAVs, counter UAVs, things like that, and I want Call of Duty to go back to its roots. And what I mean by that is I just want great lethal streaks. I don't want to see specialists. I don't want to see free streaks where if you die so many times you get a free streak, or the support streaks where it doesn't matter how many times you die. And I'm also not quite sure when exactly they decided to launch a war on the minimap, but Black Ops 4 had a weird minimap. Modern Warfare had no minimap until we complained about it, and even today, it doesn't have a normal minimap because firing an unsuppressed weapon doesn't make you show up on the minimap except in Warzone. Activision, this is simple. If there's a suppressor on your weapon, you don't show up on the minimap. If there's not a suppressor on your weapon, you do show up. It's easy. If you've got Ghost, make it so that Ghost only works when you're moving. And in fact, that's my #1 complaint about Warzone right now, other than the cheating of course, is that the Ghost perk is just way too powerful. You can be sitting in a corner and it's fully active at all times. So yeah, I'd like to see the Black Ops style of Ghost return where you have to be moving a bit. Now, you don't have to be full on sprinting in my perfect world, but you at least have to be moving around and not sitting in corner. And the bigger issue here is Activision, don't force us to play the way you want us to play. Give us flexibility. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video remember the Divisions debacle from COD World War II, where only certain divisions could use suppressors and only certain divisions could do this or certain divisions could do that, and that was all just garbage. Thankfully, that got changed about halfway through the game's life cycle, and that game went from one of my least favorite Call of Duties to one of the best Call of Duties I've ever played. Keeping on the topic of perks, I'd like to see something like either the Pick 10 system return, or something like the system that they had in Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, given that this is Treyarch and Sledgehammer, I'm much more expecting to see something like a Pick 10 system, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. I would also be okay, I guess, with a limited version of the Gunsmith. I really like the idea of the Gunsmith, but it's just so darn complicated. I don't really need 3 different suppressors. One suppressor is plenty. And another thing about the Gunsmith is so many of these attachments have these negatives listed, and they either don't have an impact at all, or they have different impacts than they have listed, and the attachments shouldn't be so complicated. Sometimes I feel like it takes me 15 minutes just to figure out which attachments I want for a new gun. And while we're talking about weapons and attachments, we need to have regular weapon balancing patches. I don't want to see a BAL 27 Obsidian Steed. All of these weapon balances also need to be very timely so that when you get an issue like the FAMAS 5.56 with the underbarrel shotgun, issues like that need to be getting looked into and fixed immediately. One other thing that we've really struggled with this year is accurate patch notes. Infinity Ward has been pushing out these patch notes, and in a lot of cases they're just not accurate. They'll either say that they changed something when they didn't really change anything, or they won't mention things that they change, and that's led to a lot of frustration to a lot of players, so I'm really looking at Treyarch to up the game on this and give us accurate and timely patch notes as soon as changes go into place. And if you're looking forward to playing Call of Duty Cold War later this year, take 3 seconds right now to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my future uploads. And as always, thank you very much for watching.
I got...
Wiped.
Did we run right past them?
Yeah.
How?
How did they not show up on the heartbeat at first?